always gonna support Joseph. But I haven't seen the other guy fight though.
I've seen some of his early fights, but I think Joseph will still win.
So what's up, brothers?
It's been a while.
Oh no, it's been too long.
I think last time all three of us were in the studio together, episode 10, episode 15 or something.
Yeah, we didn't.
Was that the beginning of the year?
Back in the teens, the numbers.
I think it was last year, eh?
Last
The end
year.
of
Ah,
last year.
Bro.
But look where we are now, man. Wow.
Yes.
Just reflecting back how we started. Me and you, obviously.
Yeah,
Upstairs.
Like the other house. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think last time I heard that episode, like maybe a couple of months ago, I just wanted to listen to how it was.
See how it is now.
We're talking about the origin.
Oh okay.
Like game 3, when we won the game 3.
Oh yeah.
Or game 2 or game 3, I don't know which one. But nah, that was. What do you remember about that first episode?
Okay. Because I remember the first one we did was at your other house.
Mm.
And
The practice one, eh?
Yeah. And I just kept mocking you because you had like an American accent. No, but I understand why, because you follow a lot of like the Joe Rogans.
But there's no excuse.
What, for having an American accent.
Nah. Nah, man, that was funny, man. But that was good. That was like, man, remember, man, I wanted to start a podcast thing. So, man, I remember like just trying to figure out how to do it. Because I thought you had to pay to do it. You had to pay a subscription to a host. Because I went online to find out how to do it, and apparently you needed a host to upload all your recordings to, and then that host sends it away to all the platforms like Spotify and all that. So I came across the free one, Anchor, so that was a good find.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then I just slowly bought a couple of mics, some USB mics, and but we did some practice ones too, eh?
Yeah. I think it was way before the first episode. We
'Cause,
did, like some kind of we tried to do a meat stock one, eh? At I think it was back when you were staying in further in Hinson Valley.
Yeah, the meat stock one, we did try to do one.
Yeah.
But it's funny, man, those I remember those practice ones, like, do you remember the practice one we done?
The one at your old house.
Yeah,
I think we were drinking,
yeah.
and I think we were talking about the NBA. I can't even remember,
okay.
bro.
Yeah, man, but honestly, did you guys think,
The vision. Nah. Well, I don't really think they're fine. So,
I remember the old house and trying to practicing doing the intros, those music and all
oh
that.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, I used to, because I was talking to my parents about that, and I was like, man, come skin into this podcast thing.
Mm.
And he looks really passionate about it. He wants to start it up.
Yeah.
And just in the early stages of it, and just mucking around with it, I guess.
But man, I had no thinking of like being shame or ma to get out there at the time. I thought it was just real cool. I didn't really care. But did you guys ever think like, man, were you guys like thinking, this is something to get out there? I know you weren't.
Sorry.
Because you're right with that kind of thing, eh? For your social media posts and that. But how about you, Eric?
I think that happened until we got some more, when we started talking to a lot more people afterwards.
Mm.
Then I started realizing, man, this can actually grow to something bigger than what we ever expected. And it's been a year now, a year and a bit almost, and it's grown into something, it's just bigger than I actually expected.
Well, that's now.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just interested. You guys thoughts back then when we first started, when I first was trying to start.
I didn't.
What did you think? Anything like will take it this far or anything
No,
like that?
I don't think there would be a network for it, or you would start YouTube videos or anything like that. And the other thing too is like, I didn't think they will get anybody else, all the other usos that you've got on the platform as well, and then
sons.
just coming up together as one. So it's like, damn, that was unexpected.
It's surprising because I remember when I was talking with Mani, and he was, do you know what I mean? He wanted to do a podcast. So, basically, I didn't think that people knew about podcasts. I only thought only the cool people knew about it. Like, because you'd say podcast and be like, "What's that? Is that are you going fishing or something like that?" But no, Mani knew about podcasts. So and like I think that night he came here, I think that inspired him to start his own. That's just an example of starting his own podcast. And I think their one's up and running as well.
Oh, nice.
The Brothers Chat. So if anyone out there want to listen to the Brothers Chat, find it on Spotify and all that. But did you think it'll become what it is now? Like when we first did those practice runs?
Well, I guess because you have vision. I just, to be honest, I just thought it was just a cool time to come and hang and just chill and drink, catch up, what's going on. But you definitely had vision. And I know you got more vision, more things up and coming as well.
Because I remember the early time, like, how we were practicing and all that, or I was practicing and that, getting you guys on just to, like, get used to the mic and talk. And, like, I wanted it to be, like, just real and just raw. Like, just, how we used to drink and talk. Just that. I don't want it to be, like, scripted or a proper...
Just a freestyle.
Like a radio...
Yo, this is Cams.
That's why I didn't know why I did the American accent. But I just wanted real, just real talking, like just how we talk normally. When we get together and have a few drinks. But this time, just have a mic in front of you and just record it. I didn't worry about whether people listen to it, and I didn't worry about the numbers back then. I just wanted to just get it out there
get used
and
to
just have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Because man, I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just glad it didn't stay like that. It progressed to something else.
Oh yeah.
Because then there's only so much you can do like that for so long until it starts getting boring.
Because I remember those times at my old house when we were doing those practice runs. We didn't really kick it off, until...
No.
Because I moved here, and then...
Upstairs.
Still didn't really kick it off,
No.
And then when I think when the time came to really, okay, let's do a proper recording, and I'll get it out there.
I think for me, it was when you were saying, come on, we'll do a podcast, okay? But then when I came, we went upstairs, we weren't here, that's when I knew, this guy's... let's go Hundies,
Yeah.
And we got Marcus, remember? He was our first technical, our fact checker guy.
I didn't really say anything, but he's going back to Oz,
Has he? Oh, true.
Back to Oz.
Before did he go join?
No, way before.
Before
the lockdown and all that.
Oh, that's good.
Because that was my thing, like, it was supposed to be me, you, and Marcus. But he didn't really talk, I remember.
No.
So he was just, you be the fact check guy, and then. But he just didn't really do that either. Shout out to Marcus, then Aussie, but and then I think we did that first one upstairs, came down to the second one downstairs. We got Eric on.
That's
jumped
what I
on.
knew. This is. We weren't there. We weren't there, eh?
Yeah, we were at the garage.
Yeah.
No, and then I think it's when we moved in here.
Yeah.
That's when I thought, okay.
They had the whole table and everything and all the mics. No. You know when it went serious? When this guy brought all the equipment.
Obviously.
When he brought all the mics in it on just the one day. Oh man, I was cracking up. was like, man, it's got to be something else.
But no, that was. I remember the first 10 episodes. You know, all we were doing was talking about reminiscing about the past, our school days and that.
Yeah.
We were beeping our names. No, that was so funny, man, and I couldn't believe, like, you know, we put it out there, out to the world, you know.
Yeah, we didn't even give a damn, eh? That was crackle.
But no, that was real fun. But then, like, you know, we keep on going, and then some of the boys started jumping on. Isaiah started jumping
Oh
on.
man, big credit out
And
to
Danny.
those guys.
I think what's good about ours and that is that because they listen to podcasts, you know, so they already know what, like, because I've never listened to any podcast until I started with you at the old, you know, the old house. And then that's when, you know, when we'll go for a drive, instead of listening to sounds, you'll be playing,
Mark Rappaport.
yeah, bro.
So he was funny.
So it was funny, man. And then I started watching some podcasts. I watched the Mike Tyson one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well,
The hot box.
they just, I just see him smoking weed on that. You know?
That's all he does, bro. But, you know, some of his insights are onto it, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
I mean, that's the thing about it, eh? Like, real conversations, you know. You sitting there smoking weed if you want. You have a drink.
Yeah, have a drink.
But I mean, that's what really appealed to me about podcasts. Eh? Like, just give your opinion. If you got an opinion, just say it. Like, you know, it's like for me, like, you know, I know people jump on social media and do the whole opinion thing, jump on, do posts on Facebook, and I'm not really into that. Like, doing my opinion, but I'll do my opinion here. You know,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
actually do it on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to, that's what I found along the way. I started to be more opinionated on the podcast, but not like typing my shit on social media, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Do you find it easier doing it on the podcast?
Yeah, because like I'm like I wanted this to be a place where I can learn stuff, and you know, if you're learning, you can change your mind if you get a better idea.
Yeah, and to
You
stop,
know?
you know, double doesn't work.
Yeah, like I'll have my opinion,
Mm.
and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think it is, and I'll say it. But then I might hear if a guest comes and says the same opinion but a different point of view, and I'm like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. And then I'll probably change my original opinion
Yeah.
on whatever that was. You know, like I'm that sort of person. But it's good because it means I'm always learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think ultimately that's one of the things I love about the podcast. Just continue to learn. Yeah.
Man, you can learn so much from just doing one podcast, eh?
I mean, just like I said, I was like, you know, I've always listened to podcasts, like, and I've said on the podcast before, like, it was Isaiah that actually got me into podcasts, you know. So
Was it Michael Rappaport that you listened to?
oh, he was one of them. It was mostly the educational ones, like TED Talks or Radio Lab.
Yeah.
Radio Lab's like a science one,
Yeah.
and man, just
That's me.
interesting stories there. Like you learn a lot, like being stuck in traffic going to work, and
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, I just finish work, get stuck in traffic for like 45 minutes, and by the time I get home, I've learned all about positive and negative reactions and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, heaps of science stuff, but no, it's good. It's good. But that's what I enjoy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The other good thing about podcasts too is that you can do it anytime you want. You don't have to, you know, completely listen to one big, you know, listen to all of it. You can do it piece by piece when you know, when you're free. So that's the other cool thing about podcasts as well.
I was like funny stories. I was actually thinking. I've got a message that I want to do my own podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but off my phone. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's possible.
yeah, just start something like that.
So what's going to be like motivational?
Yeah, that, and just probably just following what you're doing, getting on guests from different sort of, like, backgrounds, you know, like, just, yeah, just, 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 like walks in life, you know.
Because remember when we got Yashin for the first time, you were there, and Paul, he was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And Yash showed us the video about his old, remember,
Yeah,
with his
man.
phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
He had his guest from his gym. Oh, it's coming
Yeah,
in.
something
So,
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
you should do it, man.
Just following, you know, following you.
That's a good idea.
You should do that. Because, you know, you in your gym, how's that going?
Yeah, it's good. It's got a summer shirt challenge happening at the moment.
A what?
With summer shirts because
Street. Oh, yeah.
summer's around the corner. Yeah, we've just got a few people sign up to that. Just making sure they're consistent on losing weight, you know,
Yeah.
during the weeks.
It's,
Yeah.
you know, that's why this guy stopped coming to the podcast because his commitment to his
To the gym.
his gym and his fit club, man. But that's good, man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're still going hard. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the time you stopped coming to the podcast was about July, maybe after July. So you've been doing your fit club ever since then, bro.
And our numbers have been growing. So we had to do it like 5 days now.
Oh,
Monday to Friday.
Because when you first started,
Was
like it was just because you guys were looking for a place, huh? I remember.
Yeah.
Because you guys were in Newland,
Yeah.
and then you had to find a new place, and you found one at
The rugby club, Waitamata. Shout out to Nigel.
yeah.
You had Changers on there too.
Yeah, talking about the club and stuff. Nah,
Yeah.
that was good. But that first time when you started going, like, what was the routine there? Was it like twice a week or?
No, so we basically had 3 fit clubs trainings the whole week. It used to be 3. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. But now we got Monday to Friday, all 11 a.m.s, and in the evenings, 6 p.m. on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we got like,
Oh, shit.
we also got a weekend class as well. Sunday early morning there. So we got like, I think 9 classes now. I know 5. Oh yeah, we got 9 classes now during the week, you know. Just people love the vibe.
So you know when you guys shifted from Newland, did you take any people from the Newland?
Just we had probably about four people that came, and now it's only two of them that come all the time because they used to travel to Newland, but they lived out here in Henderson.
Oh, so it was closer.
Yeah,
For them.
way closer.
Oh yeah, so you started with 4, and then
Now we got
how many now? How many members?
we had like so this morning we had like 15. They mostly were females, you know. We're trying to, if anyone wants to, any guys out there that want to shred for Christmas, holla. Yeah, no, but yeah, it's all many females. Got 15 this morning. Like yesterday, we had 20 in the morning and 20 plus in the evening. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be the ones that would like to shred more than the guys, because the guys would want to bulk up and stuff. Eh?
Yeah, I'm more into the weight sort of training.
Same.
So how's it been since last year? Like how you started off small and then the numbers just keep coming every month.
Yeah, just growing. That's why. So follow me on Instagram, Ave Maeli,
Hey,
and on Facebook as well.
nice.
Just why I post up on my stories and that. A lot of our fit club, because you get people inquiring about it. You know, South Auckland. I got a few people down in. I got a lady down in Palmy, Christchurch, Wellington. You know that are on their journey as well.
So how does that work with those people that live far away?
Oh, it'll be online. So I message, call them. That's the beautiful thing about social media. Like you can connect with anybody, you know, if they got a messenger or Instagram account or whatever.
Did you guys start doing that Instagram and online stuff? Was that before the COVID or?
Oh yeah, no, I started it, but no one really does it on Instagram because I'm more of like the Instagram person, and I love Instagram more than Facebook, you know.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, just getting them all on Facebook as well.
Because man, you go hard on your stories
Yeah,
on Facebook.
Yeah,
I
man,
know
we
that's-
see that a lot, bro.
Yeah, I know
It's good.
people probably get bored of it, but then there's new people that always watch it, you know.
yeah.
And then they're the ones that message. So I got so tomorrow night I got a young lady. So she's gonna come, but she lives in East Auckland, but she's gonna travel out to West to come to the Fitclub.
Damn.
So people all over Auckland, the shore, yeah.
Must be the atmosphere at the gym that appeals to them.
Have you asked her why is she gonna travel all that way from East just to come to your foot club? I mean,
don't know.
how many foot clubs? How many? I'm sure she's driving past heaps of gyms and
Yeah, and that's what the beautiful thing is about social media. Like you can market yourself on there. You know what I mean? Like putting out your stories. So there's people that there's certain people that watch my stories all the time. So if you so I try to post out 50 or whatever, and there's people that watch the whole 50 stories. You know,
Damn.
you know what I mean? On Instagram and Facebook. You know.
No, that's cool.
So how many members do you have now at the gym?
Oh, there's active, probably about over 50. But the last time I checked our chat group, because we've got a combined chat group, there's over 200. There's like 250 people on our chat group that are in and out. You know, not active, but still watching. And then people will message me, hey, I'm going to come back. You know, I'm just going through some personal issues, or, yeah, summer's around the corner. Yeah.
250 on the chat. So what chat was that you use?
So,
Which chat do you use for that?
the messenger.
Oh, okay.
Is that the Facebook Messenger?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder how much you can hold there.
Yeah, I thought there was a limit, but no, there's actually, the last I checked was 246.
Yeah.
But we've been adding more people on. So it's over 250 now.
Damn.
So did you manage the chat group?
So there's me and another lady that run our fit club. Yeah, so there's only two of us that run it.
250 people in the chat. So that's a lot of people to
like look after.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially in the chat group. Like when someone asks something, like
Yeah,
would you
that's
know
why-
who that person is straight away? Or
No, I wouldn't know, but if they're asking for like, hey, I got an injury, or this is an example, I got an injury, is there any options I can do, like, for training and that? So my job is, that's why, I'm always active, so you can reply straight away, because that's our, client or challenger or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking it serious now, okay, guys?
Yeah, no, we understand.
I'm taking it serious now, okay?
So man,
No worries, man, no worries.
so yeah, man, you're passionate about what you do for your
Yeah.
gym. When did this all start for you? Like,
Oh, I remember I started playing indoor netball at this in New Lynn at the centre.
because you are like would you consider yourself a personal trainer?
I'll consider myself a health and wellness coach. Okay.
What do they call it? A motivated.
Health and well-being.
Yeah. I'll call him that.
That's the technical term now. Yeah.
Well, like C.T. Fletcher, motivational speaker.
Man, I've been watching. I always watch this big boy.
Yeah.
Man, I always watch him.
Who's that?
He's like,
Yeah, he's a weightlifter.
he's a beast.
Oh
Man.
yeah.
He's a powerlifter.
Yes, I always watch his stuff on YouTube.
Because he's probably bigger than us, but
Yeah.
he can actually do some things that
Crazy.
I can't even do.
Crazy.
Half the stuff he does, I can't even do it.
So yeah, I just want to ask, like, how did you get into it, and how did you like this become your passion?
Oh, okay. I won't give you the. I'll just give you the raw. I won't give you the watered down version. Okay, I'll give you the raw version. So I was playing indoor netball this one night, and then this girl came up to me, and she asked me, "Hey, I know you," and then I said to her, "No, you don't." She goes, "Nah, I think I've seen you before." I was like, "No, you haven't." You know, I think she was trying to,
Hit on you?
nah, no, well, now that I know, like, fast forward 3 years, but
A few years?
yeah, she was trying to start conversation, you know, and I was like, "Nah, do you do the doors or anything?" And I was like, "Nah." You know, I was just trying to, because I was just shooting, I just wanted to be left alone. I just wanted to shoot, you know. And she asked me, "Hey," and then I said to her, "Hey, do you run that Fitclub upstairs?" And you like at the facility? And she was like, "Yeah." So, because when we used to come to indoor netball, their Fitclubs was like 20, 30 plus people in there. Sorry, and I always, you know, like, so we'll be in there, like, getting ready for a netball game, but there'll be people training on the courts, you know, and there was like 20, you know, plus people training, you know. And then I asked her, "Yeah, hey, do you run that fit club, right?" And she was like, "Yeah, I do, you know, that's my fit club." I was like, "Oh, okay." And then she goes, "Oh, can I have your number?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, you know." So she invited me to come to the fit club. So about a month later, that's when because she asked me, "I'll come tomorrow. Oh, can you come tomorrow night?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." You know, blah, blah, blah. "What time does it start?" "Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, I'll be there 5 to 6. A month later, that's when I entered that's when I did my first fit club. And I loved it, loved the vibe. Yeah, just, and it was more, that's when I first did it. Now I know why people keep coming back, because they love the vibe, you know. You're training with other people that want to lose weight, get healthier, fitter, all different levels of fitness as well, you know.
So it's just that family atmosphere.
Yeah.
And everyone's got the same goals and everyone
Yeah.
helps each other.
And
You're part of you feel like you're part of a family.
yeah. And but then, you know, because I love, you know, going to the gym and doing weights and that. So you always have like different sort of training, I guess, schedules that you like to do. So there's weights training, and then but that is different because that's all body weight stuff. It's different sort of training, you know. Yeah.
Because I remember, like, even before that, you were always playing indoor netball. You were always trying to do cardio,
Yeah.
playing sport, and like, if you rewind back, like, when did you decide to, you know, like, get into training, exercise
Oh
again?
man,
I remember our basketball days, man.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
you know, back in
hell yeah. You know, memories. I still get memories on my Facebook of us still playing. You know, at the rec center.
Messi.
Messi.
We were in the Messi with Aaron and those guys.
Yeah. So we had some mean games, man. Trust Stadium,
Did you guys ever play at Starling Park?
Starling Park,
You know, tied up.
remember Birdwood?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Birdwood Primary.
Oh.
That was the hangout back in the days.
Yeah, so when did you, like,
I guess
because, you know, for me, like, man, I put on weight, man.
yeah.
Shit.
Oh, hey.
Drinking and fucking eating unhealthy and
Man, haven't we all, bro?
and I just didn't want, man, because you know me, man, I hate exercising. I hate it.
That's right, because you're the diet person. Me. No, but you lost. I remember you lost.
I'll do anything but exercise, man. Like, I'll play basketball because, you know, I'll have fun doing it. You know, I'll play sport. You know, so that's my only exercise.
Forget at the gym.
But doing weights, man, fuck, I hate that shit, man. Honestly, I don't know. It's not me. Eh? It was never me.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you know, even now, like, I still don't like exercising in it.
Yeah.
And But no, it's, for me, like, getting older and
Yeah.
gotta worry about your health now. So
Yes.
I'm always like thinking, fuck, when am I gonna start losing weight? Have to, man, because diabetes ain't a joke, man.
Yeah.
So I'm still on my losing weight journey. Like,
Oh, yeah, because he's on a weight loss challenge too, are you?
oh yeah, we did a network one,
So
8-week challenge.
how did that go?
I came fifth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I lost 9 kgs.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's
but
mean.
it was funny because I lost heaps in the first 3 weeks, and then it just slowly
Yeah.
every week I was losing 100 grams,
Oh, yeah.
200 grams.
That's
and
how
then-
it goes, eh?
So yeah, I wasn't really going hard out. I should have went hard out last week, but I didn't.
I remember this one time. I don't know if it was. I remember this one time you went 100 diet and everything, and then the next time I saw you, I noticed you shaved in that, and you looked like you had a jawline and everything. You know.
You know that one? That one was a whole year
Oh,
of
damn.
eating right, and
And you were training two of your fams, right?
that
Yeah,
wasn't the
that's
main
right.
one.
I remember
But
that.
while I was doing, I was walking every lunchtime.
Yes. You'd walk down the Queen Street, but you'll do like a loop, eh?
I'll
And then
do
you
a
walk
loop.
walk back up.
Yeah, so I did it every lunchtime.
You started jogging there at what stage, didn't you?
Yeah, I was doing.
Light jogging.
Yeah. I was doing it for one of my workmates because he wanted to get healthy too, and that's what we used to do every lunchtime. Just run from Carrow across Ponsonby, stop at
Yep.
Tank, and just get the salad from Tank, and then run the rest of the way, like down College Hill, then up Albert Street,
Yeah.
and then back onto Carrow, where our
Yeah,
offices.
neat.
But yeah, we did that probably every day at lunchtime. But that was that year where I think we had a family Biggest Loser challenge at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And when that finished, I just thought, man, I'm just gonna keep going. So I just kept going that whole 1 year.
You know, because I remember you were shrinking. I remember that.
I got down to, because man, after high school, like, and then I stayed on like 120 for ages. Like I went from double digits at high school to like
To the hundreds.
to triple digits. And I stayed on 120 for like maybe when I was 23 all the way to 35. I was around the 120, 125.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that year, but that was probably 6 years ago. 6-7 years ago, and we had the Biggest Loser challenge at the beginning of the year. It was like a New Year's resolution thing, and then it was a 12-week challenge. So at the end of that, I decided to keep going.
Carry on. Yeah.
So I did that, running every day at lunchtime, eating Tank salads, and fasting sometimes.
Yeah, I remember you fasting too.
Yeah. So I remember because at the beginning of that year, I got up to 130, and then at the end of the year, got down to 101,
Wow.
and then Christmas parties and the holidays, and then back journey back up to 120 again. But yeah, that was that year. I remember.
I still remember because you look. Yeah. And I remember you doing your runs too. At lunchtime.
But man, that's mental mindset, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle change, eh?
Yeah.
You got to do it for life.
What were the things that were you listening to people like motivational speakers, or what was your goal? Did you have a vision?
Yeah, get back down to double digits again. Almost made it, man. 101 and then went back up again. But I remember, man, I can't believe it was 1 year doing that, and I can't believe that. I mean, I was still drinking, but not much.
Yeah.
I think I had my odd. But I was eating healthy. I think that's what changed. But then, when I think about it now, it's amazing to me that I went back up. Like why did I go back to my old habits after a year of eating healthy and exercising?
How
How long did it take you to get back, to get back to the triple? I mean, to get back up past
I don't know, but probably
the tackle, eh?
no. Probably,
Never
I don't know. I
does.
can't remember. But yeah, man, almost made it back to double digits and went back up. But I just can't understand like why I lost that. So like last hour, because 1 year is a long time to be doing exercising and eating right.
Yeah.
I need to fall back to old habits.
Yeah,
That's what I see the expert on motivation and all this stuff. Like, like, listening to my story, what were you thinking about? Like, what was I doing wrong, or what was?
No, I was actually thinking like, what was did you vision yourself? Do you know what I mean? At the end, like getting down to the double digits. Like, did you have a picture of yourself in your head?
I honestly can't remember. I can't remember. I remember wanting to get back down to double digits, and that was it.
Mm.
And I think the closer I got, I was like excited, every time.
And then just went back to old habits.
But to me, it's confusing why I went back to old habits. I don't know why.
Yeah. 'Cause
I
you
was doing
thought
so good,
Yeah, I
It
remember
might be
that.
just convenient just to, party with your mates and that, socialising maybe. That
No.
might have played a part.
Just imagine if you went back to that mindset that you were at that
Yeah.
year, that time you trained.
Mm.
Or that, I mean, I guess that you can say that for all of us as well,
But honestly, right now, man, just thinking about it now, like I want to go back to that mindset. I want to go back. I still don't want to exercise, but
Well, I know you was, I remember years ago, you were on your diet, and I just remember you dieting because I remember you didn't like training, yeah. Yeah, but it worked though.
Maybe you should just go back to the diet thing then, if it works for you.
I think what's changed now, because I am thinking about it again to lose weight again, but only because of we're getting older, man,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
hard.
and like you gotta look after
You
yourselves
don't
now.
recover.
It's not about looking good anymore. It's about
Nah, it's
being
way
alive,
more than
man.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's way more than that, bro.
it's not. Yeah, it's like got kids, man. You gotta
Yeah.
be alive for them, Like, so it's not about. Yeah, for me, it's about health now. It's about living longer. But I think that's a good one. I think that's a different perspective, because that 1 year I was losing weight, I was just losing weight to look good. But now I'm not doing it to look good anymore. I'm just doing it for health.
Health,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a much more stronger point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because looking good is not enough. It's not enough. Not enough in the tank anyway. That I've learned myself.
So I've come up with different ways to motivate myself. Like, one of them is because now the podcast is going on YouTube now. Like, I saw myself in the last video. I thought, what a fucking fat shit, man. Like, look like a fucking fat shit.
Man,
And I was looking, fuck, I gotta do something about that. And that was good. That was the motivation.
this guy, he's talking about that he's fat, and look at us.
Wait, so can you keep your thoughts to yourself? Because if you think that,
Yeah,
and then I see myself,
Yeah, exactly.
bruh.
Well, I'm just saying that's the mindset I'm taking this time around.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
motivations. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my
motivation.
motivation. Like, it's funny because I don't have to put it up, but I will put it up
Yeah.
because I want to fucking shame myself.
Because
I
Okay.
want to shame myself.
you can
'cause-
think of it like this too, Kim. You can think of it like that's your before. You know.
Yeah.
And
That-
then,
but I saw myself on the video, and you know how they say the video puts pounds. Oh, man, I'm putting pounds on pounds, man. on the video.
oh,
But nah, man, I'm doing
I'm
it.
not gonna watch this video clip again. I'm not gonna watch this YouTube.
Man, that's why,
clip, man.
sometimes when you guys take photos of it, like if we had a checkup of it, I hate them, eh? It's just, man, fuck, I look massive. Like I took the whole frame.
Yeah. No, it's funny because we had an empty out the clip episode, and I was talking with the girls, and we were talking about. Do you remember during the election campaign and Judith Collins' comments on losing weight?
No, what did she say?
Well, it was on the news. It was pretty controversial. Like, she said that, you know, if you're obese, it's your responsibility to lose the weight.
Yeah.
Like, it's your own responsibility.
Mm.
So a lot of people took offense to that.
Hey.
Took offense to that comment.
Well, okay. How did you feel?
Oh, I thought she was right.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because a lot of the criticism came about, man, you can't say that to fat people, like obese people, like they're trying, like,
And then
and it's not even that. It's about like if you live in a poor area,
yeah, the prices of the food and all that
yeah,
too. Eh?
the healthy food is
Expensive.
and there's only food they can afford is fish and chips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there was that kind of criticism. This criticism, like they had a doctor come on the TV and say, look, some people just have a problem in their genes, or it's like a medical. It's not, it's not a natural problem. Sometimes they can't anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a mental thing as well.
What do you think of that? Is what you've kind of said?
I think that's half right. For me, I think that's half right. Like, it is your responsibility, but if it's, like everything else in the environment and that caters to fat foods, like fried foods and that being cheaper, of course you're going to go buy that.
Towards that.
Yeah, exactly.
Here it is. So she said she calls obesity a personal choice. So she said being obese is a personal choice, and you got to take responsibility to lose it. And it's not hard to put some frozen vegetables in the freezer.
Yeah.
What?
So I don't know.
That's not healthy.
That's it. Like my take on it, because that's the first time I heard it. Like, she is right in a way, because it's like you, Eric, you're not putting the food into my mouth. I'm making consciously that personal decision to go out and get bad food or whatever. Like, I'm doing it, no one else. But then you can think of it too, because the marketing, like all the market, like if you go into like Pick and Save or whatever, like you go there to get healthy stuff, but then like, there's like $4 or $5, on the chips or whatever, like there's things like that as well. But like, with me, I know this is gonna be harsh. At the end of the day, no one else is putting, you're getting off your own hands, making it, and you're putting it in your mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Like, go back to the advertising with the healthy foods, and that even the healthy foods are bad for you. Like, all the additives and that, especially those the sugar-free chocolates and those potato chips that are gluten-free, and all the additives they have in those, bro. Man, just stick to the raw stuff.
Yeah.
If it's grown in the ground, you can eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that what she said might be insensitive, the way she said it. Maybe she should have worded it around a different way. But I get what she meant. Like, like you said, like, no one's forcing you.
Yep.
And when I thought about, like, people that are struggling, like, I'm sure there's worse people. Like, what I thought about? I thought that movie, The Happiness of Will Smith.
Oh, damn.
What's it called?
Oh, something.
When he's homeless with his son.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The pursuit of happiness.
Yes.
Pursuit of happiness.
Right.
And I don't, that is like the lowest of the low you can get.
Yeah.
And he managed to, he made a choice to get out of there.
Yes.
So he was like, that's the same sort of thing, right? Making the choice and doing it, no matter what the obstacles are. So, if the problem is, it's like, you can find a way if you really want any.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way.
Well, even like, say for example too, like, if you are gonna eat bad, don't have the whole plate. Like, have half the plate and then veggies.
Well, if you get down to detail, that's probably what you have to do. But just change one little thing, I think.
Yeah, like, there's one thing I've learned. Like, if I do eat bad, like, for example, if after this podcast I go eat something bad, the next day I'll probably fast, probably for like, I don't know, 8-12 hours, and then eat properly again. That's usually what I've been doing lately, and it seems to be helping. that and good quality sleep apparently works for me really good.
Hey, like, does does anyone like suffer from like, um,
Sleep anemia.
not the insomnia? Insomnia?
No.
Like you can't sleep at night?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
because you're on
used,
shift day, so you'll be
yeah,
different names.
yeah, I do, I find sometimes when, like, I try to go to sleep, but this is probably in the early days, and it takes me a couple of hours to get to bed, like to actually go to sleep. So I'll probably be in a total amount of time, probably 8 hours, but only had probably 5 or 4 hours of sleep. So I spent the 3 hours trying to get to sleep, or something like that.
I
But
find
lately it's been easier.
I find that because there's some of our fit clubbers that do suffer from insomnia, so they'll be messaging on our chat, late like 2 in the morning. I can't sleep, blah blah blah. I just give advice. So what I've learned is that if you listen, do you listen to beach sounds
Yeah.
at night?
Um, um, falling rain.
Yeah, falling
Yeah.
rain.
Oh, like those
Yeah, there's
meditation
children.
sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
Like dolphins and whales.
I want to go for a dolphin in Wales, mate, but yeah, okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if you got a headset on or whatever, if you listen to that, have like a hot tea or something at night.
The other thing too is what I've learned as well is having curtains that actually block out the light, the sunlight.
Oh, okay,
That helps
yeah.
a lot.
Dark.
I've used that there's a couple of hacks that I've used for myself. So I do
Yeah,
that.
real
I either
dark.
use earplugs as well, and the shades that how you see there's people that go to sleep on the movies and they wear those like kind of blindfolds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do some of that as well. Just helps you to sleep, puts you to bed straight away, kind of thing.
How about in the summertime? Does it get worse with the heat?
Yeah, that's what, like for the thicker curtains that I use in my room, that helps with the summertime because it also blocks out the heat. So you gotta try and keep your room at like if it's hot, you put a fan in there. If it's cold,
God.
put a heater.
Fans gonna get a killing this year, man.
Yeah, I know it's gonna go hard.
It's gonna be hot this season.
So yeah, I've already prepared my room. So I've taken out the TV and that, put it in another room, just so I can just go straight to bed, wake up, and I'm ready to go. So now I only probably sleep like 4 hours,
Oh,
but it
nice.
feels like I slept for 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just like told you guys my sort of my journey, where I'm at. How about yours? I was like,
Oh man, I need to keep going. It's not all about training. Obviously nutrition is a big part as well. That plays a big part.
because I remember like ages ago, before you were in the hospital,
Yeah, no,
man, you were
yes.
like huge, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's right.
I remember.
You've lost a lot of weight,
Yeah,
but
I remember.
you're way bigger than you are now.
I
Hey.
know. Yeah.
So was that when you went to hospital, had that your leg?
Yeah.
Was that like a wake up call for you?
Yeah.
Was that the time when you started taking training seriously?
Yeah, I didn't want to, because I was out for a month. I knew it got serious because I was in Waitakere. That's why I think you guys came in, you and Izzy. I remember that. Yeah, that was pretty, yeah. I think when you walked in, I started crying,
Oh,
Yeah, I think when you walked in. and
because
I
how
just-
bad was it? Did you nearly die or?
Look, well, I nearly got, it was, what is it, amputee? Or
Yeah.
amputated.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my leg. But then they gave me some stuff and my body reacted to it. That's when they took me to the shore. And that's when I knew it was serious because when I went into the hospital, I was actually like, it wasn't my leg. I was just having like a mean fever attack, but it was like 100 times worse. Yeah, and then I think I lost like 10 kgs in there too
Damn.
because I wasn't, eating,
Yeah.
I was eating hospital food. Yeah.
So, when you came out of the hospital, was that like a change?
Yeah, that was definitely a wake-up call. That's
Yeah.
when I signed up to Maximus Fitness. I started going with my kid's mum that time. We'd do all the classes, just to get my body. I still remember my first class too. I think I walked out like 2 or 3 times because I was so unfit. But you have to go through that to get to, where you want to be, or on the way to where you want to be.
Just thinking about it, I think that's one of my problems. Like knowing that you're gonna go through the pain, the first stages. When you first start training,
But you should think of it like this, because you've already done it before. You
Yeah, I know.
just need to get that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like I know the pain you go through the first week and the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just to start off. You got to get through it, and when you get past it, it's such an achievement. You think, bro, fuck, I don't do that again.
Yeah.
I'm at a good place right now. I can like maintain and keep going. and I think what happened with me, like going back up the scale again, and thinking, fuck, I gotta do that shit again. I start from scratch again, and knowing that pain you go through the first couple of weeks,
Yeah.
you get pulled off. I think that's it. I think that's it.
Go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you
After all that hard work I did.
Yeah.
You should get. Is there like a like these I don't know if they're hacks or like tips or whatever. You should, your phone, like the wallpaper. You should get a picture of I don't know, maybe like an outfit, like a suit or whatever that you wanna, or get a picture of. This is just an example. You don't have to do it like of, someone that looks like what you want to look like, and then post and then leave them on your wallpaper,
How about I put a tombstone on my
That's all the benefits you need.
with cams with cams on the
I was trying to be motivating, but
What?
okay.
2041?
Wait, what? I was trying to be motivating, bro.
That's all the beneficial you need.
I was trying to be serious, Oh my gosh.
No, man, nah, seriously, man. That's what I said, man. I think my next journey, weight loss journey, will be about, it's about health now. For me, it's about health. I don't care how I look, man. Like, if
like think of the number that you want to be, like let's say 98 kgs, 90, and then put the 90, like get a, Google 98 kgs, a scale, the number on it, put it on your wallpaper of your phone. So every time you look at it, like 90 kgs, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Oh, there's heaps of little tricks,
Yeah.
heaps of little tricks you can do to motivate yourself. But I think for me, I'll stick to the YouTube, knowing that I'm fat shit online all over the world. That's enough for me to.
You should,
Yeah, just remember, you're not the only one, bro.
no, you should
Hey man, I'm selfish, man. That's me. Man. It's my life.
Yeah, true that.
But man, like when you talk about motivation, man, David Goggins, bro.
Oh,
Damn,
fuck, that guy takes it to another level, man.
fuck, man. He is the number one
He's
motivator.
crazy. Sometimes I think that guy's insane.
David Goggins?
You're on YouTube stuff?
Yeah, man.
You know who he is when you see him.
Yeah.
He's that crazy motherfucker around the internet.
Oh, the one, and you see,
The one I sent you, yeah.
yeah.
Man, that guy, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, I love him, like, half. Yeah, he's right about some of the shit he says, but come on, man.
Oh, does he have his own like podcast in there? He's just YouTube. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he does videos, like, he could be walking or running or whatever he's doing, and he'll just talk about, his thoughts on why people don't get up and exercise and that kind of stuff.
Did you see that photo of him when he was in the army? He was bulky, but if you see him now, how old is he now?
I think he's 42, 43, something like that.
Right, he looks like looks younger,
He's a lot smaller too.
and smaller, you know.
I mean, that guy, the way he talks, his motivation is really extreme. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, it's like, it's almost like what Judith Collins said. She listens to him.
words.
She listens to what he's been talking about. Because he's all about that, He's all about that. Hey, man, don't give a fuck about anybody. Just do you and, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, take responsibility and, you know, no one can say you can't do it. You know, if everything's up against you, fuck it, just break through and he doesn't care what it is. Like, you know, one does one, I don't care what it is you think. Whatever's holding you back, like, it's all in your mind. Like, it's all in your mind. So, yeah, there's guys like that out there that are extreme about what they say. Like, they say it real, you know? But sometimes it's what they think. But I don't know, man. Like, you got to get into their mentality. Like, you know, like if what Judith Collins said and all the criticisms to what she said was like, hey man, poor people can't afford health food. David Goggins is gonna say, now fuck that. You can get through. You can find a way. Fast, you know. Or don't eat. I got kids, man. I got to support my kids. You know, David Goggins will find a way. You know.
I guess if you're motivated enough, you will find a way.
Yeah.
The human mind is amazing that way. Always does. You push to your limits, you'll find a way.
But I think what he does it in a way where he puts down the weaknesses. You know, like if you're weak, fuck, you're weak. Like don't think weak. Like you know, because honestly, man, like he tries to put in perspective. Like there's people way worse than you.
Yeah.
You can get out of whatever. Don't let anything be an excuse. Like you know, it's like the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Like do what it takes. Do anything it takes. Yeah. To win or to to achieve your goals.
Did you watch on Instagram? I watched the there's because Gilbert Arenas, he's got a podcast,
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So I watched a clip where there was that game where Devin Booker had 72 points and it was against the Boston Celtics. I think it was last year. There was the story because Earl Watson was the coach, for Phoenix back then. Like they were losing games, so everything was business. Okay, so they can get the next draft or whatever, for the next following NBA draft. But long story short, Earl Watson, because he was boys with Kobe, right? He gave Kobe's personal number to Devin Booker, and then Kobe Bryant was mentoring him, Devin Booker. So obviously with Kobe and his giving him mentorship and that, reflected on his game, because he is a solid player, Devin Booker.
But that coming back to the Kobe mentality or the Mamba mentality, that's a similar sort of thing with achieving your goals, doing whatever it takes. Because that guy went above and beyond anyone else.
Yeah, he'd there's stories where after the game's finished, he'll still be in the gym shooting shots, or in the arena shooting shots.
Especially if they lost too.
I mean, if you're good to tell someone to be the best, you gotta do these extra things. Like how many people are gonna say, "Oh nah, fuck that, I want to go sleep."
Yeah.
Oh fuck, the game's over. I'll wait to the next game or wait to training. Like I think standards are set, but then it's for the great ones to go beyond the standards set and just
what's normal,
what's normal and go beyond that and do extra.
Yeah.
And it's sad because I remember Kobe saying he gets asked questions like, man, how do you do it, man? And he said, well, I got support from my wife and kids, support from my family, because they sacrificed me taking the extra time to do my work. And that's why it's sad, because when he retired, he was high off his daughters, high off his family. It's like he had to make up for lost time when he was playing. But you gotta have he had a probably good foundation with his family, letting him doing what he did. Otherwise, I don't know what you're gonna do if your wife like, nah, come home, you know, nah, come home, spend time. Like, what are you doing shooting at 1 a.m.? The game finished like 2 hours ago, mate.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of, like,
Yeah,
you know, that kind of sacrifice, see. Like, I don't know if it's like you gotta find the right person to be in that sort of, to have that sort of situation.
Yeah, I reckon they'll play a big part of it too. Because not every woman's gonna, you're out training all the time and then they're gonna hang around and wait for you.
So you came, so you're gonna use the Dave Gobbins to be your motivation. When you...
One thing he said that motivated me was, man, we came on Alex McCarthy's live show.
Oh yeah.
And I reckon I bombed it. I think the rest of the network, man, give it up. I was so proud, man. Everyone that went on the show and did their thing on there. Everybody that came on the screen, and I think Alex was going one by one to everyone. But for me, man, I reckon I bombed it.
Because man,
because I wasn't like. It's a different beast that going live and interview. Because every time, because if you do a podcast, it's relaxed, right?
Yeah.
And we're just having a talk,
Yeah.
we're just having a conversation. It's not like it's an interview; it's a conversation, no?
Yeah.
And we're relaxed and having a few drinks and just talking normally how we normally talk,
Yeah.
And if topics come up, we talk about it. We have a chat about it. But going on to a live show like Alex's one, like when it's like, okay, this is the question. How you gonna answer it? This is the next question. How you gonna answer that?
Give us an example.
So I'm saying, like, it's not like it's a proper interview on live,
Yeah, you don't have time to like try and formulate your answer in your mind, so it does take a bit of try and get used to. And I've seen some of Alex's stuff. He must have some kind of structure to it, where how he can just pull off these how he talks to other people and they ask him questions and you have to answer back.
I think my mistake was I treated it like a podcast before I went on.
Okay.
So with what happened, like, Alex, he actually gave me the questions beforehand, and I had to think about the answer. But then I just thought, fuck, I'll just go on freestyle because that's how we do it on a podcast, right? We just freestyle, like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah,
What was
cool.
one of the questions?
Like, a simple one was in the when you hear it, those are all the questions in the when you hear the live. Because I put it on the podcast as well. I think it's episode 91.
Okay.
So I recorded it on the podcast and put it up there. But I already knew what the questions were. I just had to formulate an answer and talk about it. But I refused to do that because I thought, oh no,
You got it.
I got it. But then when they came, my mind just went blank.
Yeah, it happens to me.
And I don't know if I was overthinking. I think I was overthinking, but it just all crashed down. It crashed for me,
What were you just doing? Those one word answers.
Yeah. Yes. No.
No, it's just like, let's just say that like 2 minutes later, I couldn't go back to what I
What you
said
said?
because
Yeah, exactly.
I already said it.
Now you know what you want to say, but you can't say it.
Yeah. Just slow out the gates, what I was gonna say, but I think that's the beauty of podcasting because you don't have to worry about that shit. You just, hey, oh fuck, I forgot to say. I remember that. You can go back to, because there's no formula, man. It's just like you're just talking.
Sure.
So yeah, for me, but I give it up to the rest of the team because they were like all good. I was like, oh, fuck, it's only me. It's only me. It's only me. That's guy on. What?
It sounds like everybody did their research.
Yeah, nah. So so I was down, man. The next day.
Oh, really?
It's a bit of a mental health, but bit of a mental health. But now I was pretty sad about. No, yeah, I was down about my performance. I was like, fuck. I was shit. Like, damn.
Maybe just overthinking it, man.
Yeah. I was overthinking it.
Actually, I've done it a few times, and he's seen me do that a couple of times too.
And then, I was feeling down, and then, fuck, I need to get this out of my head.
Yeah.
It's putting me off. So, I watched David Goggins, and man, he just like snapped me back into. I heard him say, "Fuck people, man. Fuck people. Don't care what people think. Fuck them." I was like, true that.
There's a song I listen to, J Rock. Have you heard that J Rock song? It's called Win. Like, you should listen to it. It's like, hold on. I'll just play a little snippet of it. So if you're ever feeling down, play this song. This one.
Man.
It was maybe similar to that, but now for me, what David Goggins said, and in my mind, I thought about it, because he said, don't care what people think. If you want to do something, you shouldn't care what people think. Just do it. Do it. He goes, fuck. If I care what people think, I want to be shouting on my phone right now in public. I was like, so I think that's what I was doing. I was worried. I was when you said I was overthinking, I was thinking about what
people would think.
People would think, like, and that sort of blocked my. What I was gonna say.
Yeah.
When after I heard that, I was thinking, fuck, that's what I did, man. I was fucking worried about, because it's live. It's live.
Yeah.
There's no editing. It's live. You're out there. Whatever you say, people gonna. So I think that was the thing that sort of stumped me on the live, that worried about what people think, because it was live. When I shouldn't. I said, fuck it. And then when I thought about it more, I thought, okay, because I went back and I listened to myself, and I said, okay. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. No, it was okay, I was talking like I didn't care. If I didn't care what people think, then it's okay, I didn't worry about what people think. Yeah, so, that put my spirits up after that. So I was like,
nice.
Back on the horse.
That's a big thing, though, what other people think. It seems to get a lot of people.
Because that was the biggest barrier in the beginning of the podcast when we first started.
Yeah.
Like, people think
even I was thinking, that.
Even though no one's going to listen to the first one because you haven't even done anything yet, Our first episode is still one of the highest ones. Yeah.
Oh, listen. All right.
Highest listen. And I think that's because people go back to see what's it about.
Yeah.
And they click on the first episode, but come on, man. The first episode is nothing like it is now.
Yeah.
No. Exactly. It's a different beast.
But no, I think those little motivation reminders are good, eh?
Yeah.
Because, man, I love those fight back motivation ones, eh? Like, you're down and...
Oh, and it's like a voiceover, speaking like in a movie like that, or a speaker, someone actually speaking.
No, do you know, like what your song said?
Yeah.
Like,
get out the way.
Yeah, get out the way. Like,
get the fuck out of my.
If you're in my way, get the fuck out of my way, because I'm coming through. That kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Just do it for yourself. Do it for your goals. Because, man, no one's gonna help you.
Yeah. Exactly.
No one will help you. I mean, people will help you, but not to that. They're not gonna hold your hand all the way.
They're not gonna drive you to the gym. They're not gonna, put a shake in your mouth. You got to do all that stuff.
Yeah, everyone's got their own stuff. They want to do their own shit.
Yeah. So, I think for me, I had to get back to that place where I just don't give a fuck about what people think. Because there was that time back in the podcast where we didn't give a fuck about what people thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we just said what we wanted to say.
And we still do,
Yeah. Oh, you still hear it too. And it's good. Shit, what else?
Oh man, Eric, gotta talk about your barbecuing, man.
Oh,
Bro.
damn, true.
Cause man, your picks, man. Man, I'm like every time I see your barbecues, man, I catch them in the wrong time, man. Like, you put them up when I'm hungry, bro. Can I see them after I have dinner? Cause man, sometimes I just want to go to the Aussie butcher grab some meat.
And start doing some of your own cooks.
Yeah, man. But
I want to PM you, like, if you got any left, you know,
What do you mean?
to come and eat, man,
like
bro.
like afterwards.
yeah. So ever since we started going to the meat stock 2 years ago, huh?
Yeah.
Like that's when you first started getting into it, huh?
Yeah, it was probably the time you took me to that restaurant down in the city. Fireworks.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell is this stuff? Man, I think that's where it sparked off, and then meat stock just catered to my my appetite, and it just kept on getting. I just kept on getting hungry for it. I still am too.
Because I got into it, and I bought a Weber.
I
I started getting into it, and then I took it to the fireworks. And that's when you had the taste on the low and slow beef cheeks, eh?
Yeah, hard.
And then we went to meat stock, and I think that experience, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, oh man, I love the day. I love the whole low and slow barbecuing, the charcoal barbecuing, and all that stuff. And I think I got to a certain level, of doing it myself and getting into it.
Yeah.
But then along the way, man, you overtook me, eh? And went hundies, and man, you went hundies and overtook me, and you started doing all sorts of meat, man. Beef cheeks, beef ribs.
Yeah. Pork shoulder, Boston butts, all that kind of stuff. Pulled pork.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, ribs, baby backs, spare ribs.
Even the brisket, you got that.
Yeah, brisket. Yeah.
You even got the butcher paper, you know.
Yeah. So I've got even got the temperature gauges, the gloves, everything. So I'm slowly moving towards something that I want to do more. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's me.
Now I'm enjoying your little journey you got there. Like, you know how you started.
Yeah, exactly.
Me taking you there, and like I said, man, you overtook me and went 100 on that. I went 100 on the podcast. You went 100 on the on the barbecue, you know.
Yeah.
But you've been like a student to low and slow barbecue, you know.
Yeah, hard. I've been just trying to absorb everything that I watch on YouTube or other people talk on social media. Just try to grab some ideas, and if it doesn't work, then I just buff it to one side, find what works for me, and just use it. No, it's cool. I enjoy it a lot.
So what's your favorite meat to cook?
Probably beef. The brisket, I reckon, is probably the best. I like it a lot more than pork, because you don't need to do. There's not much work with it. All you need is salt and pepper. That's it. The meat does everything else itself. With pork, you have to really flavour it. You gotta keep an eye on it. But with the beef, it's not simple, but it's a lot more easier, less work. I think barbecue in general is just less work, especially cooking it over fire. I find it really easier than gas cooking, actually, easier than grilling. Where everything's timed. But yeah, that was me.
Mouth watering, yeah. Every time you post, I want to message you straight away when I see it on Instagram.
But yeah,
bro.
like I'm still at for me, I'm still at the early stages of it. Like I'm still using my Weber. I actually want to get a pit, actual barbecue pit, and start just using firewood. I think the big thing that fascinates me about cooking with that, cooking barbecue low and slow is, we're using fire. That's what our ancestors used to use back in the day. And the other thing too is, even though, like generally my cooking, no matter what, it's actually on point. I don't know why. Even though I try my hardest not to really give a damn about it, it always comes out alright. You guys seem to enjoy it, so
Yeah, a couple of podcasts ago, you were cooking something out here a couple of times, ain't you?
That's when we had
Oh,
the crew from America. They were just doing. I was just doing some chicken out there, but chicken's reasonably easy to cook. But it really came out really good that night.
Yeah.
It was just on Cameron's Weber. It's cool.
So what have you been doing to improve your skills? Like what have you been? So I know you went to one of the classes, the last meet stock.
Yeah, because I think it was last year. Big Mo, I think that's the name of the pitmaster. Big Mo Carson.
So you came from the States?
Yeah, he came from the States to hold a barbecue lesson at Blue Ox Babe down in Pepakoi. So we went in.
Bro, we gotta go there, man.
Yeah, I really want to go there in November.
November? Why?
Oh, just want to, because there's a period. Oh, my birthday.
Oh yeah,
what's this?
that's that American Low and Slow place in Pukoi.
Bro, it's the bomb,
Bro, it's like Franklin's and
Mm,
in Austin, Texas.
yeah, but in
When you
in
go,
New Zealand.
invite let me know.
Yeah, huh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, you went there. And what did you learn there?
The other thing, I learned, like, everybody's got their own cooking style. Like, there's, like, what I've seen on YouTube is different from what Mo talks about. Like, he has his own cooking style. And I've noticed that every pitmaster has their own cooking style, depending which origin they come from in America. Neither it be Southern or, California or wherever they are. They have their own different types of cooking. And he showed us how he cooks his ribs and brisket. I think they were the two main things he talks about, and how he preps his food. The other thing he got into was how he aged his meats. So he has like an aging where he buys his meat, and he lets them age, and I think it's like a fridge, or I'm not quite, I don't have that much knowledge on aging meat, but I've seen it at Aussie Butcher in Henderson. They've got like a whole section where they've aged these T-bone steaks. I think I had that on my post on Instagram. And he's got a similar thing to that, and he lets the meat lay while he has a whole row of briskets, and he just lets them age. And when he's ready for cops and that, he picks them out, gets them all prepped up and ready to cook for the competition. And he shows us how he does that. So he shows how he does it, prep for ribs competition and brisket competition. Because I think a lot of the guys that were there that I was talking to, they're all guys that actually compete for Low and Slow Barbecue. I think I was the only one there just to see what I can learn.
Oh yeah.
So it was cool. It's cool talking to the other guys that actually enjoy it and pick up what they know and see if I can implement that into my own cooking, to my bag of tricks.
Did you get interest from the other guys about you being there, being the only guy that's there for interest? Like, because you said that they were all competition guys.
Yeah, I felt kind of out of place because everyone is here for they want to learn, upgrade their skills, and they're probably using pits where I'm just using just a Weber. But it was cool because I actually asked questions when I was there, so. And I was like, oh shit, I hope I don't bots it. I didn't want to be shy, but I wanted to learn anyway, so I just asked them random stuff, if I can do it this way and that way. And first thing I noticed about Americans, like, man, you gotta speak slow. Like how we speak now, they don't understand because we're going too fast. So I was busting out at that. But it was cool, like he replied back and he goes, oh, that's a good question. And oh man, I feel good about that.
Have you thought of maybe in the future, like running a business?
Not so much. Not yet, anyway. I don't know what's going to be in the near future, but I was talking to Danny. He did mention something about filming my cooks, but that's probably like later on, probably next year. It would have been earlier, probably without the coronavirus that happened during this year. It would have probably been a lot sooner, but that can't be an excuse. But yeah, we'll see what happens from there on.
You know what you should do? You should like cook briskets and throw it on social media. $12 for
Hard, man, bro. You know, you could, there's something different. No.
Well, I was gonna try and plan some beef cheeks for tomorrow for this actual podcast that we were gonna do, and chuck in some minis and then see how that went down with you guys.
Oh, yo.
You've cooked the whole brisket. You've cooked the whole brisket. Have you tried it? Whole brisket.
Yeah, I've actually.
How many slices can you get out of it?
I didn't really count, but I cooked a smaller brisket, not a really big large one, because it can't fit on the Weber.
Oh,
if I had an actual smoker, it could probably fit 2.
So how many slices do you reckon? I'm just doing calculations here.
Whoa. Probably over 20, maybe.
Because it's about $100 to buy a full brisket on. $99.
Yeah, if it's a real large one, yeah. The one I bought was probably around about 70, which would probably be a medium size.
So you gotta at least, if you're getting over 20, say you get 25,
Yeah.
you need to make that money back. So
Yeah, easy. Probably
much-
in the 10 slices, you probably make that money back.
10 slices.
In each meal, and you have something else with the brisket.
Well, I thought you were gonna get 20 slices.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I think you should just do that.
Businessy, like business. Hey, I was gonna ask a question. Like, we'll go around. What's everyone's opinion about the COVID, the lockdown, this year, 2020? Like, I want to know what everyone's opinion, like, just express it, just say what's on your mind.
You want to start off?
Oh. Well,
I think it's a pretty extraordinary situation around the world. I think I never thought that it'll get it to this stage where the whole world's shut down,
I remember that too. I remember you saying something like that before the first COVID. It's like, no, that won't happen here. And then all of a sudden, man.
Explain.
I mean, it's never been done, never happened before, like, to this extent.
History.
I mean, there's been plagues in the past, in history, but nothing, because the world's connected now for internet and TV and media. So, as long as I think we're lucky that there's another virus that kills everybody. It's a flu virus, and it seems to affect the elderly or people that are already got some
low immune systems.
I think kids are safe. I think that's a good thing. But man, the way it's spread around the world and it's affected the world in terms of like lockdowns and the economy. I think it's a serious thing. I think in America, Europe, South America, I think they're more worried about money than anything, and it's affected them by getting worse numbers of infected. I think we're so lucky to live in New Zealand, and we're surrounded by water. We're pretty much isolated, so our numbers are really low compared to the rest of the world. I think we're doing the right things, locking down our borders, protecting us first. I know businesses suffer in lockdowns, and at least it could be worse. We could be like Europe or Australia, especially Victoria. But
what's happening in Victoria? You have to stay at home.
Nah, they've got bad cases of COVID over there in Victoria. I think it's extraordinary in terms of like how global it is and how no one can travel anymore, which sucks because I didn't go anywhere last year because I wanted to save up for something big this year, and I can't do that. But shit happens. It's just out of it. It's just so. I mean, I'm just it's funny because in New Zealand, it's like every day is normal now.
Yeah.
And I don't get a sense of what's around the world unless I listen to Joe Rogan on the podcast because he talks about how everything's fucked up over there. Like, oh, did you go to a restaurant? Oh, you're not allowed there anymore, and blah, 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 all this stuff. And you know all this trouble that's happening over there with COVID and
Black Lives Matter.
a lot of Black Lives Matter and a lot of celebrities getting COVID.
Yeah.
It's just sitting here in New Zealand listening to that makes me think, fuck, man, I forgot it was like bad overseas, you know? Like, it's just normal here. And I think the other thing was, you know, we had the Bledisloe Cup at Eden Park, and those pictures went all around the world showing the packed stadium.
Yeah.
You know, no one wearing masks, no one was social distancing.
Yeah.
And I think
Everyone.
Rex Chapman was, he tweeted that and goes, you know, while us NFL fans are watching the games at home, no crowds, New Zealand's having, you know, no...
Top of their lives.
You know. So,
Yeah. And say that I even saw a wrestling match where they had the screens
Yeah.
around the ring
Yeah.
with everybody just, you know, seeing it from home, from their own
Yeah.
place, eh?
The TV screens in there,
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, so out of it times, eh? And it's more out of it because it looks like New Zealand, we're pretty much normal. Pretty much, except for travelling anywhere.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we'll forget.
How lucky we were.
Things get worse around the world. We'll forget how it is.
Yeah.
We don't know how it, you know, because we're not living like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not living like Victoria. We're not living like USA. We're not living like the UK.
Yeah.
You know, we're pretty much good.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that we're here and everything else that's happening here.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I think everyone's just waiting for a vaccine. I think more people will just die from the virus, and until a vaccine comes out, everyone will take it and things get back to normal that way. But I don't think everyone will. It doesn't look like the world's gonna do anything to stop the virus. You know, no one's gonna do what New Zealand done.
No, I don't think so either.
And I think the only thing is the world's gonna wait for is just a vaccine, and I think that's it.
Yeah, to add to that, I think it's going to be another probably 4 or 5 years for any actual change in the world, especially with the COVID in it.
How's your turn, Eric?
Oh. No, I think the same as Cameron as well. But yeah, just adding on to that, just like how I said just a while ago, I don't think there's going to be much changes. I think in the next 4 or 5 years we'll have periods where we'll be level 2, and maybe next minute level 4,
yeah.
and then, you know, come back down level 3, 2, 1.
So you think we'll get community again and then go back to level 4?
Well, there's already early signs of it, like repeating again. I just remember watching. I think I heard from Mum and Dad from the news. They've already got 6 years. Some new cases are showing up. But you know, in saying that, it might not even affect us. But on the off chance that it does, you know, I don't really see any. You know, this is how it is now. I guess for the next, hopefully, I'm thinking 3 years. It might be too long, but you know, see how it goes. But it's changed a lot. Like it's really turned everything upside down.
How are you guys?
So I enjoyed the lockdown.
What?
I remember I got stopped on Lincoln Road. Cause I just went for a drive, okay, and I got stopped on Lincoln Road, saying that cause I went out south, you know, and you can't, you know, and I was like, nah, I'm my car, and I ran out of gas or whatever. I had to make up an excuse, but I was going back to Ranu, you know. I enjoyed the lockdown. The only thing I didn't enjoy was the mask thing. Like, you know how you had to wear a mask and that. Like, cause there was some shops that, you know, you couldn't wear 'em. I mean, you can, you know, you don't have to wear a mask. But there was one shop that you had to wear a mask, and there was
Your favorite shop?
no, it was Mr. Eat, Mr. Eats,
Mr. E.
Mr. Meats.
Mr. Meats on Lincoln Road.
Yeah.
Like out of all the stores, I know he's a political and all that stuff. Sorry, different view, okay, guys? I'm on a different view of the lockdown, okay? Mr. Meats, they were the only store that, you had to wear a mask. But I didn't click because I got there, I was like, cool, it's early in the morning, 9 o'clock, and I didn't click because, I didn't wear a mask, right? And I was waiting in line for like 10 minutes, but then I clicked because everyone else is wearing a mask. And then when I got to the door, the guy goes, oh, sorry, bro, you got to wear a mask. I was like, oh, fuck this, And I was like, oh. Yeah, no, but besides, I like the lockdown, less cars around, traffic was clear, travel to the shore, travel down south, only got stopped once.
Yeah, that was buzzy, because I was still working through that, through the whole period of the level 4 and that was so buzzy going back home around about 6 o'clock in the morning, and it was dead.
Quiet,
It was quiet. And I think, when we dropped down to level 1, it was so fucking packed, it took me ages to get back home.
Yeah.
So that was buzzy too. But, seeing Labour Day, it just reminded me of the COVID. Like, there were no cars that morning.
Yes.
I was like crack, on my way home. Just reminded me of the COVID. Shit.
So you're looking forward to the next lockdown?
Nah, but then I realized I'm like that, lockdown or besides, the people, because I don't know anyone personally involved like that's had the COVID or anything. I don't know anyone personally,
Oh, okay.
but I do sincerely think about those families that were affected by it, and there was a lot of. So our church gave out a lot of food parcels, so that helped out our family a bit, Dropped there was food parcels coming in like every 2 weeks, so we didn't have to do shopping, There was money
nice.
saved, and appreciate, grateful for that. Yeah.
So more of a grassroots point of view, to the COVID. Yeah. You don't think of it like in the world sense? Or?
No, I mean I didn't click because you know how you go to the stores, right? And you had that the COVID tracking thing.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy in front of me that did it, and I was like, oh, does everyone have to do that? I was thinking that, and I was like, oh nah, oh, can I have this? I just
You should have one at your gym.
Yeah, we do, but
don't use it.
So if you get tested, okay, where have you been?
we have it on our entry doors and that. Yeah, so and the other good, another positive thing about it is that I saw a lot more people at the parks. People going for road runs and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was busy. Just not cars and that. Transport.
So during lockdown level 4, what was your gym doing? Was it online?
So we did it online. Everything was online. Oh, and that was another good way too to communicate with our Fitclubbers. There was at least 50 people on our online. Going online, and then because we made a Facebook, it was a private Facebook page we made up. So it's a good thing. It's actually good teamwork because there's one that sees what should we do, and then there's another person that's good at like putting up Facebook pages. They'll be good like tech savvy in that.
Do you reckon that online stuff, you still can use it for people that don't turn up, you reckon?
Yeah, so we had out-of-towners, like people in Hamilton.
Using the online service?
And then they'll be still posting on the page.
Oh, nice.
And then some of them, because they're all added on, Messenger. They'll post to the chat group.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no. My next question is: during the lockdown, was there anything you missed? Like you say, food, drinking, whatever. You know, was there anything that you missed?
Man, the one thing that I missed the most was just keeping my routine. I had a
Oh,
routine
yeah.
going. Like I had okay, this is what I'll do today, that, and that just got chucked out the window when that level 4 came around. So I was just starting to
Was
get...
it busy at work?
Yeah, the work routine was okay, but it was just my personal routine. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I've got to do my workouts and stuff. And I don't know, I could say, okay, because of that, I'm not working out that much, but it really flipped it on its head, because I was at the time, before the COVID and the shortage of water in Auckland, apparently.
Yeah, you couldn't use the hose,
Yeah, because I was at the pools at the time and I was doing a lot of water walking. And that was helping.
They shut it down, eh?
Yeah, they shut that down during the COVID. So that was helping a lot with my, just helping out with muscles that I don't work. So with all that, going to level 4 and everything shutting down, man, the only thing I could do was walk, and I don't like walking. I'm just like Kevin, I don't like exercising that much, especially cardio. So I do things the most laziest way I can think of. and walking in the pool is probably one of them. So that's probably just my routine, Just got out of whack, and I just got it straight just probably in the last couple of months now.
Yeah.
So that's probably the one thing I missed the most.
Your routine.
I actually loved lockdown, lockdown level 4. Like, just 4 weeks to spend time. You have to spend time with your family because, you're living with your family, but it was good.
So you can work from home as well, eh?
Yeah, so I was working from home. In terms of what I missed, I don't think I did miss anything because we were fine. I like the fact there was no, fast food places open. I love the fact that you can go, get your groceries and actually cook meals at home. So that was, for me, that was fun to do. Just to get back in the kitchen and start cooking again. So man, I love that about it. I think what happened was that because I was working from home, it was easier to do that. Like when you have to cook and you come back home from work, you're fucked, man.
Yeah.
You're tired, you're fucked. You just don't want to do anything. You just want to just throw yourself on the couch and watch some Netflix. Doing more work is the last thing on your mind, but sometimes you gotta do it. But I think working from home and being in that environment, it's easy to you're not really tired as much.
True.
You got more energy, or for me anyway. And you can wake up in the morning and just take your time and just go straight to the computer and do work. Like jump on. We usually have a meeting in the mornings. Everyone at work through Microsoft Teams, and then everyone knows what to do. Then we'll just get down to work. But you can just go for your walks around because people will go for walks and that. Just go to the supermarket if you need groceries, and then just But also, for me, what I loved about the lockdown level 4 was, man, that was the time that we started the West West Network.
Yeah.
That's
time
right.
on your hands.
I remember that.
And yeah, man, I think that it helped those 4 weeks. I just got down to start building what we have now, podcast network. So yeah. So in terms of your question, did I miss anything during lockdown? Probably not. I think everything was there for me to use.
Yeah.
In terms of time, had my job still, so that was good. With the family, that was good. It was a game changer, because everyone was using Zoom, everyone was using Messenger video, everyone was talking to each other, still, probably, family get-togethers, I'm probably thinking I'll probably miss, but, when you do that, mostly in the summertime, you can see mum and dad now and then, but I think there's only obvious things, but in terms of the change, like whoever heard of Zoom before the lockdown, you know?
Exactly.
And now Zoom is like an everyday thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's using it too.
We used Zoom before for our team calls and that. Like, because we got South Auckland team, you know, but because they don't want to come out to our club, so we always used the Zoom. But now Zoom, everyone was on Zoom, you know.
I think everyone's getting hold of the technology,
Yeah.
to connect with each other. Like, because man, when we go back to the office after lockdown finish, things stayed the same, you know. Everyone, no more meetings, like no more going out
so
to
it's
meetings.
Still Zoom.
People
still
doing
Zoom.
Zoom because I think it told everyone like, you know, you save money. You don't have to drive to your meeting. You waste time, you know, and you save petrol. You know, a lot of offices in town, they downgraded because they knew that a lot of their workers can work from home and still be productive.
Yeah.
And I think maybe even more productive because I think in terms of mental health, it's like an extra because you're not,
Rushing to
you
work.
don't have that stress to rush to work and be in a work
Traffic.
environment. It's sort of like a balance because you probably need the interaction as well, like a real life interaction,
Yeah.
as opposed to like being on the Zoom call all the time. But then sometimes like it depends what your job is in the office. So I think people are getting used to the new way of living, you know, using the technology more.
Yeah, because I've got a cousin that's here at the moment from Australia, and she's still working from, online. And that's been like how many months now? So, yeah, you can see that it's been used a lot. So it's cool. It really helps out.
Shank boys, you know, before we wrap this up, I want to bring back some old segments we used to do back in the days. Back in the first round of podcast. And you know what that is? I think I still got the intros for it.
What?
The quote of the week
Yeah.
and the fair book of the week.
Book.
So, I'm trying to pull up I found the fair book of the week today when I was looking up on the Herald. But Avs, man, if you got a quote of the week for us?
I do have a quote. So my quote is pretty simple. It's, you don't have to be famous to be an inspiration.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a celebrity. You can be a normal, just a normal person, you know. To be an inspiration to someone, you know. So what I was saying before, you know, about my Fitclub that I run. Most of those people I've never met before. Like I was saying to you, I've never met any of them. They all came through social media, you know. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, I ain't, you know, like, use me as an example. I'm not a celebrity or anything, but I do know that I do inspire people. Even though that's, you know, the way I look, I think it's more than that, you know. I think it's, yeah.
Give to the gap.
Okay.
No, man, that's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think there's a lot of examples of that. You know, there's a lot of, you have to be looking, if you're a girl, you don't have to be looking like Kim Kardashian to inspire people, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'll use you as an example.
Yeah.
Look at what you've created, and now look how many network or podcasts that you've started, right?
Exactly.
And people that were sort of in the bleachers, like doing their podcasts in the bleachers, now they're out,
Doing this shit.
you know, and on social media. Yeah.
Yeah, you see a lot more podcasts now, eh? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, no, that's a good quote. It's funny you said that, Eric, because I reckon like a lot of people started listening to podcasts now. Like a lot more people anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how like the lack of the lack of knowledge there was with podcasts, especially with Polynesians, you know, because
Yeah,
we're more,
especially, yeah.
because I think, and this is what Yash told me, like I think Polynesians are more visual kind of people. We want to
Yeah.
see stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
We
Like,
are.
we wanna
are.
watch.
Then listen, then like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rather watch than listen.
Mm.
You
That's
know, we
true.
want to see. Yeah, but yeah, even now, I reckon like the podcast landscape in New Zealand is still small. I think it's still the same because I don't know about you guys, but like I listen to this podcast called the Buzzcast, and it's about this group of guys that love podcasts, and they always talk about every episode. They talk about the latest technology, the latest news in the podcasting world.
yeah.
You know, so they're always up to date with what's trending at the moment, what kind of hosts are trending. You know, talk about news, about the numbers, what's everybody doing, that kind of thing. And they always say that, you know, podcast is always audio. That's what a podcast is. It's strictly audio. If it's on YouTube, it's not a podcast. It's a talk show.
Oh,
If you have a talk show and you have an audio part of it, that's a podcast.
Okay.
You know, so because they talk about how it's pretty interesting because podcast comes from Apple. It's broadcast and iPod put together. When the iPod first came out, Apple, so that's when podcast first came out.
oh, okay.
So it's iPod and broadcast
Sure.
put together. Yeah, so
Okay.
I think it's interesting because, you know, the difference between a podcast and YouTube is that podcast is more accessible because it's like listening to music. You can do it anywhere.
Mm.
You can do it when you're running. You can listen to podcasts when you're running. You can listen to podcasts when you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
You can't watch YouTube when you're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, or
Or
you're
driving.
running.
Or driving.
You
Yeah.
can't watch YouTube when you're driving. You pretty much have to schedule yourself to sit down and
Watch
look
it.
at the
Watch
screen
it,
and
yeah.
watch for a certain amount
So,
of...
what's your opinion then? What is your what do you reckon our podcast is? What we're doing now, or you know, on YouTube? What do you reckon it is?
Well, it's like twofold because, you know, what we do is a podcast. You know, it's I think for me, like what we're doing, the number one priority is audio.
Yeah,
It's got to be on Spotify. It's got to be on all those different listening platforms.
Yep.
For me, YouTube is just the way to give context to the audio. It's strictly to put a face to the voice
oh yeah.
and get more,
More people, bigger audience.
get a bigger audience, or, you know, get audiences to think, oh, so that's what those guys look like. Oh, listen to this dude every week, and I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah,
But, you know,
listen to Barry
it's
White.
not like I want people to know what we look like. You know, it's good to have something
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
people can see. Oh, fuck, that's those guys. Or that's, you know, it's just, for me, video is always going to be second.
Mm.
That's how I see it. I think the video, YouTube, social media, it's always going to be, whatever visual video there is, it's always going to be second to the audio form, which is what we're doing now.
Podcasting,
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, I agree with that too, man.
but that's my
I-
take on it, anyway.
Oh, I just follow you because you got me into podcasting. So
Hard on.
Yeah, man. But, you know, you should start your one. Have the guys at your gym come on as guests, talk
Yeah,
about their
man.
journeys and that, you know.
I'll be keen to jump into that too, because I'm a big fan of the fitness stuff as well, especially the lifting and that.
yeah,
I'm keen.
but I'm not gonna like
Yeah, get something
I'm
together,
just
bro.
going for the phone for now.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You should do
Just
it.
give me some tips on.
Yeah, no, that'll be a good one. Because, you know, you inspire a lot of other people from the stories that the people you have on.
mm.
You know, so it's good.
So what's your book of the
So
week?
yeah, man, good book of the week, man. So I found something on the Herald today.
What the?
So the headline is "Man Caught Videoing Woman in Changing Room Sentenced to Community Work." Now, according to this article, we're going to St. Luke's came out,
Oh my gosh.
and so this happened in August last year. So Walid Iman Amr Soliman, 46-year-old of Auckland, was convicted of making an intimate visual recording at Kmart, St. Luke's. So today, at the district court, he was sentenced to 100 hours of community work. So
What the fuck, man?
Is it
What
like
the hell?
So this poor woman, Veronica Schmidt, right? She was trying on some pants and bras in the woman's changing room and came up. And then while she was removing her pants, she noticed the guy Solomon's hand come through
Oh my god.
was coming underneath the door with holding an iPhone. And apparently recording her. So, fuck, man.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
what, is it? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
What did you say about that?
Suddenly, he just got sprung.
I mean, is that creepy or what, man? It's like,
Hell,
Oh, yeah.
that's stalker material.
he's 46 years old, right?
Oh, come on.
Oh man. Fucking hell. Man, I don't know what else to say to that, bro. Straight up.
So apparently you've pleaded not guilty, but he got, you know.
What the hell?
He even pleaded not guilty.
Yeah, according to this. But yeah, man, that's our favorite book of the week. I don't know what you're doing.
He's probably still doing communities. This was last year, so he's probably still.
Do you think there's a chance that he might have dropped his phone and as he went to pick it up, it seemed like it was like...
What,
You know?
in the changing rooms?
No,
And the woman's changing.
I'm just guessing. I'm just saying.
Was he?
like-
Did he work at Kmart?
Nah, he was... I don't know. It
What
doesn't
the
say.
heck, bro?
Nah, man. Fuck
That's
fuck
dodgy.
that shit, bro.
Look like he's a sick guy, ain't he?
Hold on.
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah, man, so any thoughts on that? Fair book of the week?
I'm not even going to say anything else. It can go to another level with that
Can you
shit,
say his
bro.
name again?
Yeah, it's a long name, eh? He's Egyptian. Looks like.
Oh my god. One lucky goose.
Obviously, he's got some sexual, intentions
Bruh.
that he needs to work on.
There was this one that you had, I forgot. But you actually had the picture of him, me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was that the cop one or?
No, I can't remember.
Oh, no, that was the Uber driver.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And the drunk girl was
Yeah, that's right.
got him for sexual assault, eh?
Yeah.
But that's dodgy, eh? Do you think?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But it's some of that there are people actually that will do that. Like men that will do that. Like if it was a female, and I was into, I'd be like, oh, stop. I'm gonna call the cops tomorrow.
What a East guy.
So yeah, man, that was a return to the old segments. But nah, man, boys, man, thanks for coming.
Yep.
Thanks
all
for
good.
That was a good catch up.
Hold on.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Too long.
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah, no, hey, I see the progress expanding. And now I see it's even making me want to do, I want to do my own one, But I'll stay in touch. Shot cam, shot
Yeah,
bro,
hold on, bro.
vision,
Thanks, boys.
expansion.
So Eric, any plans for the barbecue? What's the next step? And what's coming up
Get
with your
a
cooks?
get a pit. Probably film some of the stuff that I start doing the beginning stuff. Even share some of the photos on Instagram. Carry on with that. Hopefully later on put some stuff on YouTube. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Probably even add it to the West Network, if that's okay.
Yeah, man. Hard out. We've got a YouTube channel. Throw all that stuff on there.
Yeah.
How about you, Abs? What's coming up with you? What's coming up until Christmas?
Well, hopefully, the borders of Brisbane, just waiting for them to open up. Cause that, so I'm sorry, like you know how I was saying, what did you miss the most? You know, during the COVID, it was my kids. I missed my kids the most. So, cause if there was, you know, if you had a choice, you know, to be on lockdown with people, you know, I would have chosen to be with my kids, man. You know.
Harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Obviously.
I was fortunate at that time of the first lockdown. I was with my daughters, so man, that was a win-win for
Oh,
me.
so you had it for the whole time. Mean.
That was mean, though, right?
Mean. Yeah. No, so yeah, that was just hopefully the borders of Brisbane open up. Because I know Sydney and Tasmania open. Yeah, but they can't. I think it's because of the quarantine costs over here. Pretty expensive, eh?
I think it's $3,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Come back. Oh, sweet, man. So, where can everybody get in touch with your Fitclub?
Just hit me up on my Instagram, Avzaddy, and my Facebook's my full name. And yeah, just hit me up on social media.
Nice.
Sweet, brothers.
All right.
Let's finish this box.
Yeah.
But
Fuck.
Alright.